Spotlight on Frazee is sponsored by these community-minded businesses and organizations. United Community Bank, an independent, family-owned and operated bank committed to empowering customers to achieve their financial goals. Member FDIC. Frazee Family Foods, what a hometown grocery store should be. Friendly staff, family-owned, and a wide variety of groceries to fulfill your needs.
Welcome to Spotlight on Frazee. I'm your host, Hank Ludke, and I'm down here at the Frazee Event Center with Phil Poppenhagen of the Frazee Virgus Trap Team. Hi, Phil.
How's it going, Hank?
Tremendous. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having us on. We're looking forward to giving some time here for the kids and our Buffalo Wild Wings Wing Fling coming up on the 23rd of February.
And this is going to be your second one,
Yes.
and I understand, it's quite an event.
Yeah, it's a pretty good deal for our kids. It benefits the kids in as far as the price that they have to pay to do our trap shooting, and it's a good thing for the community and the school in general.
Right now, how many kids do you have on the trap team?
Last year we had 25 kids. We had 19 boys and 6 girls.
And how did they do?
Oh, they did awesome. We've got a brother and sister that shoot on the team, and they're some of our top shooters, and we're doing really good. So,
well, that's always great to hear, because I'm a firm believer, the two things you need to know in Minnesota. Number one, you need to know how to use a gun, even if you're never going to own one, because of the critters that are out here. Number two is you need to know how to swim, because in the spring of the year here, you drive around here, you roll over in a ditch full of water. If you don't know how to swim, you're going to drown, and we saw that happen with 4 kids out here back in the 80s. Yes, we lost a couple of Bruni boys and a Wanaka and a Molson boy.
Well, it's a terrible thing that our community has gone through with that. But as far as the gun control aspect of it, it's all our kids should learn how to properly handle guns. And
So now this is going to be the 23rd at 6 o'clock right here at the event center.
Right. The doors open up at 5:30, and the dinner starts at 6, and that's Buffalo Wild Wings from Fargo is coming in and catering that for us. And they did a great job last year for us, and we're looking forward to having a great time.
And so the cost on this is $20 for adults and $15 for students, or 15 and under?
Yep, that's correct. And you have to buy your tickets in advance. There will be no tickets sold at the door for this, and we're selling 350 tickets total. And we're also looking for sponsors and donors to donate prizes and things like that for our kids.
Now, if they want to get a hold of you and get a ticket, how do we go about this, Phil?
Well, I've got, you can go on the Frazee High School Trap Team Facebook page and get a hold of somebody there, or I have some contact numbers that you can get a hold of us, Tim and Carrie Robley, the head coach, and his wife. I can give you their numbers, and then my number also, you can contact me. So
that would be great if you could here, and we'll put them up on Raina. I'll have them here on the screen for you during this interview. And I'm really glad that you guys are doing this, Phil. Like I said, it's very important that kids know how to do this, and it's really nice to see this type of event, and the idea that Buffalo Wild Wings would come all the way down here to Frazee and help you out.
Exactly. It's wonderful that they do that for us. And the kids, they're just a bunch of awesome kids. And it's the largest sporting event in the state of Minnesota. And when we have our trap shooting shoot-off in Alexandria, that's the largest shooting event in the world. There's over 11,000 kids in the state of Minnesota that belong to a trap team in the state of Minnesota. So it's pretty fantastic.
Yeah, that is phenomenal that you would have that many. Yeah, that's nice to know that this is the largest event. Yep. That's a big thing here.
It's very big. It's huge.
So remember, February 23rd, be here at 5:30 and look at the screen information so that you can get your tickets and help support the Frazee Virgus Trap Team. And with that, thank you for being on the program,
Phil.
Phil.
Thanks for having us, Hank. Appreciate it very much.
And with that, we'll be right back with another segment of Spotlight on Frazee.
Spotlight on Frazee is sponsored by these community-minded businesses and organizations. The City of Frazee and Frazee Event Center, featuring a 5,000 square foot room, a built-in stage, and a full-service bar, perfect for a multitude of events. Call or click to book your event. Frazee Community Club, people and business coming together to make the community fun, friendly, and thriving. Become a member and help support your community.
Welcome back to Spotlight on Frazee. I'm your host, Hank Ledke, and I'm here today with Frazee Police Chief Tyler Trigloff. Hi, Ty.
Morning, Hank.
Well, it's an interesting day always, as it is in Frazee. Beautiful winter.
It is. It's a little brisk out there, and that brings out the winter activities.
Yeah, we've got our skating rink right across the way here from our city event center, and our city boys have been putting in a lot of effort into it, and we've gotten some donations for skate sharpening. We're slowly relacing the skates, and they're doing a lot of work on it, but we're having some issues, I guess.
There have been a few issues, some vandalism. There have been some damage to the building, some damage to the ice, actually. Some kids took, whether they used some skates or hammers, hatchets, and they really gouged some images into the ice. Not that they were negative images, but they were shapes, I guess. We'll just go with shapes into the ice, and there's a few different holes, and I tried to fill them up with some water overnight and let them, because that could be dangerous too. If there's some little kids skating and they don't see these now obstacles, and you can trip and fall.
Yeah, we don't need that. I mean, and with all the effort that all the people are in the city are putting in to try to make this a nice thing for people to use, it would be a shame to see this thing go away. Yeah,
I've talked with Larry a couple times, and we can be, one step away from closing it up. And there's Zamboni it several times a week. They sweep it off whenever there's snow on it, and just they put the lights up, and it's a really nice facility. I've gotten a lot of comments about it, and the skates in there have been donated over the years, the warming house, but the kids are pulling skate strings. They're tampering with the electrical boxes and busting the pegs off the wall that hold the skates up, and that's stuff that we just can't have.
No, I know. I go in there, I try to straighten it out, and I come back, a few days later, and it's a mess again.
Yeah, I've been in there a few times. I was even skating on duty one night with a family, and that was a lot of fun. And it's a beautiful facility. And if we're always going to have some problem kids, that's who we're thinking it is some kids, but we can't prove anything. So if anybody knows anything, they have to let us know, and we'll look into it.
Well, I appreciate that, Ty. And, of course, this is not your only job being police chief. You do a lot of other things, too.
Correct. Just going off of your previous segment with the trap team, we'll segue into my firearm safety class. Will be starting again end of March, early April. So get signed up with Frazee Community Education. We have room for about 20 students, and we teach it in the spring and fall.
Well, and like I said before in the segment, this is something that you really need to know. If you're going to live in Minnesota, you should know how to use a gun, even if you're never going to hunt or do anything. We have bear, we even have some cougar around. We've seen them in the game cameras just east of town here at Marx's. Here a couple of years ago, we had one out there.
Yeah, it's basic firearm safety. If you don't plan on being hunting, and if there's guns around, for the children, for the kids, and we've taught adults also. If you want to go hunting in another state, a lot of times you have to have your Minnesota firearm safety certificate, and we do that, and we help out with that. So,
well, it's great that you work with the kids on this deal, and like you said, adults too. And with our sportsmen's club and our trap team, all this stuff comes together to make a better community, a better area, and a more knowledgeable population.
Yeah, and it leads down to safety and the hunting and the revenue it generates for the state, and that with the sportsmen, fishing, all the same goal of being safe. Mm-hmm. So,
well, I appreciate what you do, Ty, and I appreciate you being on the program.
Thank you, Hank.
And with that, remember, pet the dog, hug the kids, kiss the wife, and wave at the neighbor. The next person you wave at could be your next best friend. and we'll see you next week on Spotlight on Frazee.